Welcome back to Speak Easy English, everyone. I'm David, and joining me today, as always, is the wonderful Sarah.
Hey everyone, so glad to be here, David. We've got a really exciting topic today that I think will resonate with a lot of our listeners.
Absolutely. Today, we're diving into something truly fascinating, the brain science behind language learning. We're going to talk about how our brains actually acquire new languages and how we can use that knowledge to become more effective learners.
It's mind-blowing when you start to understand the neurological processes involved. So often, we just jump into learning a language without really thinking about how our brain is designed to learn it.
Exactly. Let's start with a foundational concept, neuroplasticity. Sarah, can you explain what that means in simple terms for our audience?
Of course. Think of neuroplasticity as your brain's incredible ability to reorganize itself, to form new neural connections, and even to compensate for injuries or diseases. In the context of language learning, it means your brain isn't a fixed entity. It's constantly adapting and changing as you learn.
That's so empowering because it means anyone at any age can learn a new language. It debunks the myth that you have to be a child to become fluent.
Absolutely. And a key part of this is the concept of synaptic pruning and strengthening. When you're actively using new language patterns, those neural pathways get stronger. If you don't use them, they can weaken. It's truly use it or lose it.
Which brings us to the importance of consistent exposure and active recall. It's not enough to just passively listen. You need to actively engage with the language.
Precisely. And our brains love patterns. When learning new grammar structures or vocabulary, try to find patterns and connections. This makes it easier for your brain to encode and retrieve the information.
Another crucial element is the role of emotion and context. When you learn something in an emotionally charged or meaningful context, your brain is more likely to remember it. This is why things like storytelling and real-life conversations are so effective.
That's a great point. Flashcards are helpful, but if you can connect a word to an experience or a strong emotion, it sticks far better. That's the power of immersive learning, even if you can't travel.
Let's talk about the dreaded plateau. Many learners hit a wall where they feel like they're not progressing. What's happening in the brain during those times, and how can we push through it?
The plateau often happens when you've mastered a certain level of complexity, and your brain needs to consolidate that knowledge before moving on. It's a natural part of the learning curve. The key is to introduce varied input and active challenge. Don't just stick to what's comfortable.
So if you're stuck, maybe try a new type of media, a different accent, or even a more challenging conversation topic. Shake things up to stimulate new neural pathways.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of sleep. While you sleep, your brain is busy consolidating memories and strengthening those neural connections formed during the day. So pulling all-nighters to study is actually counterproductive.
That's a tip I think everyone can get behind. Sleep your way to fluency. We also need to touch on the importance of making mistakes. Our brains learn from errors. They're not failures, they're feedback.
It's true. The fear of making mistakes can paralyze learners, but your brain uses those errors to refine its understanding. Embrace them as learning opportunities.
So, to summarize some of these brain-based secrets for unlocking your language learning superpower, embrace neuroplasticity, consistently expose yourself, and actively recall information, seek patterns, learn in context, introduce varied input, prioritize sleep, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Fantastic summary, David. And remember, consistency trumps intensity. Short, regular study sessions are far more effective than infrequent marathon ones. Your brain prefers spaced repetition.
That's a perfect note to end on. Thank you, Sarah, for shedding so much light on this fascinating topic.
My pleasure, David. It's always a joy.
And thank you to all our listeners for joining us on Speak Easy English. We hope these insights empower your language learning journey. Until next time, keep practicing. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know your favorite part in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.